My name is Noah. I'm 34, and for most of my life, I was the guy everyone assumed would stay quiet and go along with the plan. The agreeable one, the dependable one, the one who didn't make waves. Maybe that was true once. But when my grandparents passed and left everything, house, savings, investments totaling just under $1 million, solely to me, something inside me changed. I stopped being passive. I paid attention. I started preparing because I knew exactly who I was dealing with. My younger brother, Caleb, is 3 years behind me in age, but always 5 steps ahead in chaos. Flashy, loud, the life of the party, the kind of person who could charm someone into handing over cash for his next can't-miss scheme. He'd always gotten away with it too. Credit cards in Dad's name, a friend's car that disappeared, and every time Mom would sweep in, smoothing things over, making excuses. He just needs time. Meanwhile, I was the reliable fallback, the safety net. I was tired of it. When Grandpa died 2 years ago, 1 year after Grandma, the estate was left entirely to me. I wasn't shocked. I was the one who showed up. I handled their doctor's appointments, did the groceries, dealt with endless paperwork. Caleb? He'd breeze in on Thanksgiving for a few photos, then ghost until Easter. When the will was read and only my name appeared, the look my mother gave me said everything. Like I'd taken something that didn't belong to me. That's when I knew they wouldn't let it go. The house was the centerpiece, a stunning 19th century brownstone in a quiet, gentrified part of town. Ivy-covered brick, original woodwork, big bay windows, a home passed down for generations, and now it was mine. I didn't move in immediately. I kept my apartment across town and started securing everything. Quietly, I had the home appraised, met with an estate attorney, created a trust, not just for the house, but for the entire inheritance. I didn't tell a soul, not Caleb, not my mother. The title, savings, assets, all moved into an irrevocable trust with me as trustee. Even the utilities were shifted under a business entity linked to the trust. Extra costs? Sure. Worth it? Absolutely, because I knew what was coming. Caleb sent a few texts. Can I crash by the pool? The house didn't have one. Mom dropped subtle jabs. It's strange your grandfather left it all to one person. Then the guilt trips. You know your brother was always your grandfather's favorite. As if that changed anything. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I let them believe I was naive. Then a month ago it began. Caleb started teasing big news on social media. Major move incoming. New beginnings. The usual cryptic bait. That Saturday I was at the house trimming hedges when Mom's car rolled up the drive. Caleb jumped out first, grinning like he was the guest of honor at a press event. Mom followed, clipboard in hand. We've got news, Caleb said, slapping my shoulder like we were old pals. We spoke to a lawyer, Mom chimed in. The will wasn't properly updated after your grandmother passed, but don't worry, we handled it. Caleb pulled a folded document from his pocket and waved it around. We had the deed transferred to my name. You'll need to be out by Friday. I stared at them, calm, because I knew exactly what they'd done. I smiled, just enough to unsettle. You really think I didn't prepare for this? Caleb laughed. It's already done, man. Mom gave me that syrupy voice she used when trying to manipulate. This is what's best, Noah. You have your own place. Caleb can manage the house. Everyone wins. I nodded slowly. Got it. 2 days later, they came back with a moving truck and a pair of hired muscle. They pulled up like they owned the place. Caleb sipping coffee in the passenger seat. Mom directing movers toward the front steps. Then they saw me, and the man standing next to me. Tall, navy suit, county-issued badge clipped to his belt. He held a thick folder bearing the name of the trust. Are you Caleb Monroe? He asked. Who's asking? I'm from the County Office of Property Records, when the man replied. This property has been held in an irrevocable trust since last April, with Noah Monroe as the legal trustee. Any title transfers since then are invalid. Attempted changes based on outdated deeds, especially with forged documentation, are considered real estate fraud. Caleb turned pale. Fraud? Mom stammered. We had a lawyer. The old deed was in Grandpa's name. You assumed wrong, I said. You used an outdated record and tried to forge a transfer. I've already reported the attempt. The official added, normally we'd send a warning, but bringing movers and trying to force an eviction? That's an escalation. Enforcement begins now. Caleb blinked. Enforcement? It means if you step on this property again without permission, it's trespassing. And if you tamper with the trust or its assets again, you'll be facing charges. Neither said a word. The movers started backing toward the truck, eyes wide. Caleb growled, "You're doing this? To your own family?" "You tried to steal my home," I said. "Don't talk to me about family," Mom whispered. They were confused. "No," I cut her off. "You thought I'd roll over. You thought I'd be the same kid who let you guilt him into bailing out Caleb. Not anymore." Before they left, the official handed me a copy of the filed report. "Call us if they come back." And then I thought it was over. Until I got a letter from a new attorney, Mom's. She was now claiming emotional distress and a moral right to a portion of the estate. Demands included $150,000 in cash, joint ownership of the house, and a monthly allowance. That wasn't desperation. That was audacity. And I'd had enough. I hired a sharp estate lawyer, Evelyn Ramos. Quiet, surgical. She filed a cease and desist within 24 hours, then dug deeper. What she found? Caleb had forged multiple signatures, used a fake notary stamp, and filed the bogus title through an out-of-state registry already under federal investigation. The DA's office was eager to hear more. Then I received a second letter, this time directly from my mother. Emotional manipulation from start to finish. "After all I've done for you, you were always the quiet one. Just do the right thing." I didn't respond. Evelyn added it to the file. We began preparing for a possible restraining order. Then came the final push. A handwritten flyer stuffed into my mailbox. "Hope you're enjoying the throne. Just don't forget who really had your back." Caleb's handwriting. Pathetic. But it made one thing clear. They weren't stopping. So I took the fight public. Privately. I created a clean, concise digital packet with every piece of evidence. The fake title, the trust documents, their lawyers' letters, screenshots of Caleb's social media posts and threats. Then I sent a personal message to every relative my mother had manipulated. "This is the truth. You can believe it or not, but you'll have the facts. I'm not discussing it again." Most responded with apologies. Some were horrified. A few doubled down. That was fine. I hadn't done it to win everyone. I did it to reclaim the truth. Then I submitted an anonymous tip to Caleb's employer, a boutique real estate firm. Their brand? Ethics first. It took them 48 hours to wipe his profile. A week later, his license was under review. Then the county sent me an official notice. Charges had been filed. Attempted property fraud, forgery, submission of falsified records. Caleb wouldn't go to jail, but his record was ruined. His career in real estate? Over. As for my mother, she went silent. Then months later, I got a final letter. She was withdrawing all claims and requesting no contact. In other words, surrender. That night, I walked barefoot through the old house, the scent of cedar and old paper still lingering. I sat in the den where Grandpa used to read the paper and talk about character. I kept it safe, Grandpa, just like I said I would. In the end, I didn't just protect an inheritance. I reclaimed my power. They expected the quiet one, but I was the one who finished the fight.